Good day, everyone. So today I'm going to share to you a discussion video about Logisim. So before you mentioned that you haven't tried Logisim in your previous subject, but then we will make use sa ato ang subject sa ComArc because here we will try to build a circuitry of a CPU. So for today, we are going to go through sa Logisim. So this is your environment in the Logisim. So you have your file, right, where you can have an input a new file for Logisim. If you try to press it, it will have another file, right? And then you have open raise and close save, export image, print, and then you will have the edit if you do have certain things to be edited, and then you have the add circuit, load library, mm, and then you will have the simulation tree, the exit circuit, edit circuit appearance, analyze circuits, get circuit statistics. So you will have another one here. You have the simulation, which it will enable the simulation of your circuits and window, right? And then help. So basically, Logisim is similar to your approaches that we could build a circuitry, right? And to have a simulation of a certain circuit, similar to your approaches. So basically, in approaches, you need to search for the given components that you have. For this software, we are just limited sa I mean, limited lang yung mga components niya. So you do have the wiring, you have the splitter, the pin probe, then the pull resistor, the clock, the constant, the power, the ground, the transistor, the transmission gate, bit extender, and you do have your basic logic gates here. You do have the buffer, not and nor non nor XOR XNOR, you add parity, even parity controlled buffer and inverter. Then you have your plexers here. Dere masulod si multiplexer, the multiplexer decoder, priority encoder, then bit selector, and then you do have your arithmetic here, the adder, the subtractor, the multiplier, divider, negator, comparator, shifter. And then you have your bit other here, the bit finder, and then you do have your memory here, the DTJKSR flip-flops, and you have the register, counter, shift register, random generator, RAM, and ROM. And then we do have our input-output devices here, or components. We have button, joystick, keyboard, LEDs, 7-segment, hex digit, a display, LED, and then TTY, and then your base. So you do have the poke tool. So here, you can see it here also, where you can, if you will try to simulate and then you want to trigger it 1 or 0, you can make use of the poke tool. You do have the edit, select tool, wiring tool, and you have the text tool, and then the menu tool, and the label. Right, nasa shortcuts there is. So this part here, if you try to check, this is the part where you will put your circuitry similar to your approaches. So for example, if you will try to build a circuit, okay, so just click. For example, you have the N gate, just click the gate and then drag it. Hindi necessary i-drag, but you could while you are clicking it, if you place your cursor here, right, it will have the component that you want inside this platform here. So let's have it again. Okay, place your cursor here, click, and place your cursor here, and then click where you want to place it. And then here, this logic gate here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inputs. So you could change the inputs that you have. Just click this one, click it, and it will show here the attributes of this certain component. So facing niya, naka-face siya sa east. You can change it if you want to face it west, ay yung output na nasa west ground. Or you can change it sa north, right? Output is na nasa north. And then south, na nasa south ang iyang output. Okay? Based sa output niya. Alright. Okay? Then, maybe I'll put it sa east. Then you have the medium, narrow, wide as the gate size. You have the data bit. Then the number of inputs. So for this input, you have 5 inputs, so maybe we could have it as a 2 input na lang. So you could change it. Alright, you have the 2 input. So now, you could also change this into 2 inputs. Right. So here, 2 inputs. Right. You could also change the number the output value, so which this will be 0 or 1 lang, or 0 or floating point value, or floating point and then 1 ang output. Then you could change the font, or you can put the label. You could negate. So in negation, it means the input will be negated. So ma-change niya, instead of 1 mahimo siyang 0 ang imong input kasi negation nimo siya. So it means it will change the certain input into the opposite one. Right? So let's try to build a circuit. Right? Okay, let's put a clock. Right? So that it could give a pulse. So let's try to connect this one and this one. Then let's put a clock here. Right? So this is the clock. It can tick once lang. 1, 2, 3. Similar to your clock. So it will be placed west. Okay, the output is sa west. So let's try to have another gate na lang here. Just AND gate. XNOR na lang. XNOR gate here, which we will have 2 input value, and then the output here will be placed dito. This is just a simple circuit lang. It's to give you a simulation of the circuit. Right, so you've connected that one. So I need to get an input here. So let's try to get an input value. Right, using this pin here, and I'll click it and then place it there and then connect this one. So simply you can do copy paste. So you have to Control C, then Control V, then drag it where you want to put it. So here, this is our second input for this AND gate here sa baba. Then we could get an LED, right, as our output triggering. Kung maka-check doon sa atong output. So next thing is you need to do the simulation. As you can see, hindi pa nag-simulate because this one, right? This one here, and it's not moving unless lang if you try to click it. Okay? So let's try to simulate this. Right? You do window logging, right? Then click all the components to be included in the simulation na nasa left side, and then go to the file, and let's try to save this file sa folder na you want to save it. I will just put it here as activities. Open and then save it here. Example. Then close. Right. Let's try to give a tick. Okay, or maybe we will get the simulation and tick enable. Right, so that it will tick lang siya by iya, ha? Tignan mo siya manually. Pwede po na to i-change ang iyang frequency. Right, paspasod na to siya pag tick. So, yeah. Then, we could turn this on. Right, as you can see. Press 1 to trigger on. And here. Right, this is how you try to simulate your circuit. This is just a simple circuit as serve as an example of how to simulate a certain circuit. Right, if you want to add a register, you could do it. If you want to add another button, the RAM, ROM, you can also do it. So as for now, because you're trying to make a circuitry for multiplexer, you're not allowed to do this and then output na diretso. You need to try to build a multiplexer using basic logic gates. Okay, so I think that's it for the discussion. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.